All right, let's jump right in. If you're a CIO, especially in an American company, staying ahead in today's digital world, it's absolutely crucial. You're probably looking at Microsoft technology, but finding the right partner, well, that can be a real headache. It's a jungle out there, tons of tech jargon, and promises that sound too good to be true. So today we're doing a deep dive into Exult Global. They're a company making a name for themselves in the US as a Microsoft partner. And they claim to have not one, but two, get this, Microsoft Solution Partner designations, data and AI, and digital and app innovation. Those are some serious claims. But what do they actually mean for your business? How do we cut through the marketing fluff and figure out if they're the right fit for your needs?
Yeah, that's the key question. It's so easy to get lost in all the certifications and buzzwords. What's important to remember is that Microsoft's Solution Partner Program, it's not just a handout. It means meeting some really tough standards. You have to show deep technical skills, solid performance, and most importantly, a track record of actual success for your clients.
So it's not just talk, it's about actually delivering. But let's dive deeper into those designations, data and AI and digital and app innovation. Let's start with data and AI. What does Exult actually DO in this area that would matter to a CIO?
Okay, imagine this. You're a CIO, and you've got mountains of data everywhere. Legacy systems, cloud platforms, maybe even IoT devices. It's overwhelming,
Okay,
right?
absolutely. It's the classic data silo problem.
Yeah.
Each department has its own data, and trying to connect it all, that's a nightmare I wouldn't wish on anyone.
Exactly. And that's where Exult's expertise with Azure comes in. They use tools like Azure Data Factory. It's like a superpowered pipeline, pulling data from all those different sources and making it usable. Then they use Azure Data Lake to create this central data hub, so you're breaking down those silos and getting a single view of everything.
Okay, so they help you get organized. But then what? What do you do with all that data once it's neatly arranged?
That's where the AI comes into play. Exult doesn't just manage your data, they help you unlock its true potential. They use things like Azure Synapse Analytics and Azure Machine Learning, those advanced analytics and machine learning tools. The goal is to find hidden patterns, predict what's coming next, and ultimately help you make smarter decisions for your business.
So it's not just about looking back at what happened. It's about using data to get ahead of the game. That's a game changer for any CIO trying to stay competitive.
Absolutely. And they have real-world examples to back it up. For instance, they worked with a healthcare provider who was drowning in patient data spread across old systems.
hmm
Exult used Azure Data Factory and Azure Data Lake to create this unified data environment. And guess what? They saw a 50% reduction in data retrieval times.
Oh, that's a massive improvement. But healthcare, as we know, is highly regulated. IPA compliance is a must. Do they manage that as well?
Oh, absolutely. They understand that data security and compliance are non-negotiable, especially in healthcare. They built IPOCA compliance right into the solution, making sure sensitive patient information was protected every step of the way.
That's crucial for any CIO. You can't compromise security for efficiency. Sounds like Exalt gets that balance.
They do. And it's not just about internal operations either. They also use AI to improve customer experiences. Think AI-powered chatbots using Azure Bot Services. They can handle routine customer questions, provide 24/7 support, even personalize interactions based on what the customer likes.
So they're helping companies streamline operations, improve customer service, make smarter decisions, all while keeping their data secure. That's a pretty strong value proposition for a CIO. But I'm curious about that digital and app innovation designation. What exactly does Exalt bring to the table there?
That's where things get really exciting. As a CIO, think about the challenges you face in today's digital world. It's constantly changing. You need applications that aren't just functional, they need to be resilient, they need to be scalable, they got to keep up with the pace of innovation. And that's precisely where Exult's digital and app innovation skills come in.
Okay, I'm listening. What are some of the things they do in this area that a CIO would really care about?
Well, first off, they're experts at building those modern cloud-native applications using Azure. Think about it, those old legacy systems, they're like anchors, holding your business back.
Yeah.
Hard to maintain, they don't scale well, and forget about speed and agility, they just weren't built for that.
Yeah, tell me about it. Every CIO I know is wrestling with how to modernize those old systems. It's a massive undertaking. Where do you even start?
That's where Exalt steps in. They use Azure App Services, Azure Kubernetes Service, AKS, even serverless tech like Azure Functions. They build applications that are designed for the cloud from the ground up. These apps are more resilient, scalable, and way easier to maintain than those old clunky ones.
Okay, so they're using cutting-edge cloud tech. But what does that actually mean for my business? What are the real benefits?
For one, it means things move faster. Faster development, faster deployment. Exult embraces DevOps and Agile, using tools like Azure DevOps, GitHub Actions, and Azure Pipelines. They streamline the whole software development process so you get new features and updates much quicker. That's critical in today's market.
So they're helping companies become more agile, more responsive. That's a huge plus. But what about flexibility? Every company's different needs, different infrastructure. Can Exult handle that?
Oh, absolutely. They get that one size doesn't fit all in the cloud world. That's why they're all about multi-cloud and hybrid deployments. They can build applications that run across different cloud platforms, and they can even work with your own on-premise data centers.
That kind of flexibility is gold for companies who are still transitioning to the cloud or have, specific regulations about where their data can live. But what about those legacy systems we talked about earlier? Can Exult help bring those into the modern age?
That's actually one of their specialties. They've got a great track record of helping companies move those legacy apps to the cloud. They use tools like Azure Migrate and Azure App Modernization to make it as smooth as possible.
I bet that's music to the ears of many CIOs who are struggling with those aging systems. But it's not just about the technology itself, is it? It's about the people who actually use these applications. How does Exult make sure the user experience is a good one?
You're right, the human factor is key. They don't just build apps, they build apps that people actually want to use. They use tools like Power Apps, Power Automate, and Azure Logic Apps to create intuitive and engaging experiences. The goal is to help employees be more productive and efficient.
So they're putting people first, which is so important.
Mhm.
But with all this talk about innovation and speed, how do they make sure security doesn't get left behind?
That's a great point, and it's something they're very serious about. Just like with their data and AI solutions, security is built into everything they do. They use Azure Security Center and Azure Policy to enforce really strict security measures so your applications are protected from the ground up.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Security is always top of mind for us CIOs. We've talked about some pretty impressive stuff, but do they have any real-world examples of how they've put these skills to work for other companies?
Oh, for sure. One that comes to mind is a logistics company they worked with. This company was struggling with inefficient deliveries and tons of errors. Exult created a cloud-native solution that allowed for real-time tracking of shipments. The result, delivery errors dropped by 20%, and the company saved a lot of money.
Wow, that's a significant result. It sounds like Exult is hitting all the marks for what CIOs care about: modernization, agility, flexibility, security, and most importantly, proven results.
Yep.
I'm guessing there are some advantages to partnering with Exult specifically, beyond just their technical skills, right?
Yeah, you got it. When you go with a company like Exult, you're not just buying a service, it's more like a strategic partnership. They get that your success is their success, and they really go the extra mile to make sure you're getting the most out of those Microsoft investments.
Okay, color me intrigued. What are some of those strategic benefits that Exult brings to the table?
One thing that really sets them apart is their commitment to giving you access to those advanced Microsoft resources. You're not just getting their expertise, you're tapping into the knowledge and resources of Microsoft itself. They get early access to new solutions, and they really know how to use that whole Microsoft ecosystem to your advantage.
It's like having a direct line to Microsoft, but with a partner who can actually translate all that tech jargon into something you can use. That's pretty valuable.
Exactly. And they're constantly investing in their team's skills and certifications. You can be sure you're getting the latest knowledge and the top experts. This really minimizes your risk. You don't have to worry about projects going sideways because your partner isn't up to speed.
Risk is a huge deal for CIOs. We're always under pressure to deliver, and any mistake can be really expensive. Sounds like Exult understands that and takes it seriously.
Oh, absolutely. And they don't believe in that one-size-fits-all approach. They take the time to really understand your business, your specific needs, and then they tailor their solutions to fit. They're not just going to throw some generic solution at you and hope for the best.
That level of customization is so important. No two businesses are the same, and your tech solutions shouldn't be either. But I'm guessing all this expertise and customization comes with a hefty price tag, right?
Well, here's where it gets interesting. One of the things Exult really emphasizes is that enhanced support and collaboration. Basically, what they're saying is by partnering with them, you can free up your own internal IT team. Your team can focus on those big picture strategic projects instead of getting bogged down in routine stuff.
That's a dream come true for any CIO. We're all trying to do more with less. Having a partner who can handle those day-to-day operations means we can focus on what really matters.
Exactly. And they're all about continuous improvement, always looking for ways to optimize your solutions. They make sure things are evolving along with your business. It's not a set it and forget it situation. They're in it for the long haul. They're invested in your success.
That long-term perspective is key. It's about building a real partnership, not just a transaction.
And lastly, they really stress the peace of mind factor. They understand that data security, compliance, business continuity, those are non-negotiables, and they've built those principles right into their services.
That's a huge weight off any CIO's shoulders. Knowing your data is safe, you're meeting all the regulations, and you can recover quickly from anything. That lets you sleep at night.
So when you look at all of that together, the access to Microsoft resources, the expertise, tailored solutions, the support, that commitment to improvement, and that focus on security and compliance, it really shows the value of partnering with Exultis.
It does sound like they put a lot of thought into what CIOs need and built their services around that. But ultimately, it's up to each company to decide if Exult is the right fit for them. What advice would you give our listeners who are trying to make that decision?
I'd say do your research. Check out their website, read their case studies, talk to other companies that have worked with them, and most importantly, ask yourself, do their values align with yours? Can you see yourself working with them long term? It's about finding that partner you can trust, who gets your business, and who's truly dedicated to helping you reach your goals.
That's great advice. It's not just about ticking the technical boxes, it's about finding the right fit for your company culture too.
Exactly. Choosing a Microsoft partner is a big decision. You don't want to rush it, but with the right partner, you can really unlock the power of Microsoft tech and take your business to the next level.
Well said. I think our listeners now have a much clearer picture of what Exult Global brings to the table as a Microsoft solution partner. They've seen their expertise in data and AI, digital and app innovation, and all those strategic benefits.
It's all about making informed choices, and hopefully this deep dive has given our listeners the info they need to do just that.
Absolutely. So whether you're actively looking for a Microsoft partner or just staying up to date on digital transformation, remember, knowledge is power. Until next time, keep on diving deep.